Welcome to How Ines Rolls. I've been thinking about what I could do in lieu of the pumpkin shortage. So I thought I would show you today how I've made pumpkin pie puree in the past. It's just pumpkin puree. So let's get started. I was just at Walmart a couple of days ago and I saw that they had lots of pumpkin pie pumpkins. Those are those cute little small ones. So I was going to spend about $10 anyways on pumpkin purees in the can. So let's see how many pumpkins I can get for about that price, and then I'll show you what I'm gonna do with them. Plus, I've had a few of you ask me how to make this cute pillow I made over the weekend off my Instagram. So I think I'll show you how to do that very quickly as well. All right, let's get into Walmart and see what they have. Woo! So this is a large display of pumpkin pie pumpkins. So you can see on there, they're called pie pumpkin. That's what we need. So we are back from Walmart and I still looked for canned pumpkin. None. So apparently there is some type of shortage. So this is going to be a very easy way to make your own, and you may like it even better. So what I've done is bought these pie pumpkins. You need the smaller ones because the bigger the pumpkin is, the more water it contains and the less flavor. So these smaller ones, they will say pumpkin pie pumpkins, or they'll call them sugar pumpkins, but I even just think they're so cute. I mean, for the front porch, right? So cute. And oh, have I ever told you where I get my pumpkins from? Trader Joe's, which will be soon. Yes. Okay, so what we're gonna do, I've washed them up. I have my oven preheating at 350, and we're just going to chop them in half, clean them out. Very easy. All right, so we're gonna just chop off it's gonna be a little bit of elbow grease here, like a little strength. Chop off the top. And then we're just gonna chop it in half. Okay, so we're just gonna clean those out just like you would normally do with the pumpkin, as much as you can. Have you ever done this before? Have you ever made your own pumpkin puree? I understand in the can is just so convenient, but you may get better deals even after Halloween on pumpkin pie pumpkins. So that's something to think about. I've seen pumpkin pie pumpkins get clearanced out for 10 cents once. I should have bought a bunch, but I only bought a few, maybe like a dozen. So we're just cleaning that out. It doesn't have to be extremely perfect and dry, because we're gonna put this face down on a cookie sheet with the foil. So you can see we just put them right on to the cookie sheet. And we're gonna put them in a 350-degree oven for 45 minutes or until fork tender. And I just wanted to show you on the bottom of all my pumpkins, which they might be at yours as well, it kind of tells you how to make pumpkin pie using a pumpkin. Wouldn't that be a fun experiment to do with your kids and your family? Just to make one from scratch all the way through. I think it'd be super delicious, and I bet you'd have a sense of pride doing it that way as well. So I'm gonna put these in the oven, and while these are cooking, I'm gonna show you how I make a very cozy pillow. So here is the cozy pillow I made over the weekend. I was inspired by the DIY mommy, and as soon as I saw her do it, I was like, yes, I have that in my garage right now. I actually finger knitted a blanket with this and that gray back there, and it was sitting in a bag. I mean, I was ready to kind of pull it anyways and try to do something with it, and then I saw this and I thought, okay, so this was like an old pillow. You can see it's pretty flat, so this just made it extra cozy, and so now we can put it on our couches. And I'm super excited to show you how to do it. I had people ask me, how do you do that really quick? So I am going to link the DIY Mommy's video below, but I am going to show you how I put mine together. So let me show you what I got from the store. This 2-pack of pillows was, they're 18 inches. They even had them smaller, like 16 inches. These ones are a tiny bit bigger, so I am wanting to make one this color. Isn't that a pretty color? And then the other one, I have this fun like light gray. So you'll just need this. This was actually $10, these two at $10. And then this chunky yarn was like $6. So if you go to like Michael's or Joann's, if you take your 40% coupons, you may get it a little bit cheaper, but and I'm sure they have better colors that way. The Walmart is pretty limited to like grays and this blue and a pink. I think that's kind of what I saw. So let's get started. So for this project, you're gonna need some sharp scissors and lots of glue sticks. So you can see I just got a whole new pack not too long ago, and let's hope I can get through 2 pillows with that. So those were like, I don't know, $6 for all of those. So just kind of keep that in mind, these little costs. So we're gonna take this yarn, and I'm gonna bring you closer. So you're gonna give yourself, you know, just a little bit on this side and then matching as well. So I'm just gonna, then I'll cut it right in here. And then pretty much I'm just gonna pre-cut all of them. So I'm gonna just do most of this roll. Christina at the DIY Mommy said that she used 24. So I'm gonna start with just 24 to start. And you'll get little fuzzies, like I just pulled one off. But at the end, you can just like kind of give it a good shake, get some of those fuzzies off. So we're just gonna pre-cut these, start with 24, and then I'll just go from there. It's 24 on each side, but I noticed on my bigger one, I think I used more like 34. So because this one's a little bit smaller, I think I should be okay, hopefully with 24 on each side. But we shall see, huh? Okay, so we're gonna get started just gluing. I'm just gonna start actually at this end because I've decided to do a design on here and put a stripe. Oh no, this might be a little too hot. So I had to figure something out really quickly. So that batting the pillow insert, every time I put hot glue on it, it melted it. Ah, that's not what I wanted. So after the second strand, I realized I needed a solution. So I just I found a pillowcase that I could cut in half. And so we'll just directly glue on here, which may be a better idea anyways, because then when, you know, if you're done using this, this cozy covering, if you're all done with that, you can just rip it open and, you know, use reuse the pillow somewhere else. So these are 18 by 18s. So if you're going to put them in an insert, it's probably best to put them in a 16 by 16 and get a nice big fluffy pillow. So we're gonna now go into this, and you're just gonna hot glue one at a time all the way up. So here it is up close, so soft. So let's talk about some imperfections. So like in these spots, what I'm gonna do is just take my glue gun and just kind of put that and then push it closer. So that way they are sealed very well together. And now I'm just gonna flip it over and do the back. It's a pretty quick process, and my pumpkins are just done. So I have to let those come to room temperature before we do anything, but let me show you how those look. They look like cooked pumpkins. So the outside is kind of wrinkly. We're gonna let that come to room temperature where we're gonna peel that off soon. So stay tuned and let's keep going with that pillow. Okay, so I finished the back as well. I just did a solid gray. So you're just gonna take these two and tie them. And then just try to find the alternates and then just go all the way down. That's gonna give a good edge seal, so to say, and kind of combine the colors and make them look nice. And then when that is done, I'll show you what to do next. Just one little twist, no knotting, just one. So now that I've done all the tying, I kind of know where there's some short spots. So I'm gonna start trimming it to that area. So you're just gonna wanna trim these. If you wanna leave them long, that's preference, of course. But I'm just gonna kind of make mine a little more unified and just trim these up. I could probably have gotten more strands being more careful on the measurements, but you just never know, like, if you're gonna put it in. Like, I put a few of these, obviously, if this one's short and the other side's really long, so I didn't quite get that right in the center. So that's what I'm accounting for too when I cut them longer. I'm not sure how much I love the stripe though. I thought I'd like it more, but I think everybody else is gonna like it in the house. I think the lighter colors like ivory, white, and this light gray is more forgiving. So if you're gonna do it all one color, I think it'll be a lot easier to try. But with these different dual colors, and especially having dark ones, I feel like the fuzzies are coming out and they're way more noticeable. So if you're doing this for the first time, it's totally up to you, but that was just some suggestions. Okay, this side's done. Let me flip it around and do the other side, and then I'll show you the final product. Here it is. Dun, 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 dun. So I'm just gonna put this on the couch with the other one, and this one is actually just staying in our front living room. I'm trying to get that a little bit more cozy for the changing seasons, and I'm gonna link the video below from the DIY mommy, whom I love, and let's get back to making that pumpkin, shall we? Okay, so these pumpkins are soft to the touch. Yep, you can put that spoon right in there. Now you could be using, oh, you're supposed to peel it off yep, see how it's just coming right off? We're just peeling off that skin and just getting it in a bowl, you guys. Pretty easy. Now, if you have a larger food processor, blender will work okay. Or you could just mash it with like a potato masher, which is kind of what I'm doing right now. And I'm gonna use my handy dandy meat masher. So I think that'll work as well. So you can add a little bit of water to this if it's too thick, but we're not gonna be putting tons of it. So we're just trying to get it nice and smooth. And that's all I'm gonna do, and I'll show you what we're gonna do with it in a minute. And I'll bring you up closer. All right, so here we go. I'm just gonna start like mashing and adding a little bit of water as I need it. I'm gonna put a little piece of, just in case I miss some, just a couple of little splashes. And this is pretty much it, you guys. So just like kind of mash that until you get a good consistency. And then we'll start bagging them. Okay, so I now have this really great consistency that's easy to dish. I added probably about maybe 3 tablespoons of water at most, just a little bit, splashes here at a time. In fact, you can see I had my water here and it was at near the top, so I barely used any. And so now I'm just going to start putting like plastic baggies into here and measuring out 1 cup. So we're gonna make 1 cup, you guys, little baggies, and we're gonna get these in the freezer. There you go, 1 cup. You can flatten it out if you want. It's truly up to you. But let's see how many cups I make. We got 1 right here, so let's see how we do this. So it made 10 cups of pumpkin, 10 baggies. So if we are looking, this is my very last can of pumpkin. So this can has about 2 cups in it. So pretty much I've made 5 of these for about $10. So, you know, about $2 each. That's not horrible, plus time. But you guys, if we can't find any canned pumpkin, at least you'll know how to do it on your own, kind of like a pioneer. So I've done this I did this years ago just to try to get a skill that I've never tried before. And I was just so proud of myself. It tasted so good in the pumpkin muffins. So you are going to have delicious pumpkin, and you know what's in it. There's no additives, there's no colors. And I always think that every time I do my own pumpkin, it is a lighter shade than what's in the canned pumpkin. So who knows why? Maybe it's because it's oxidized, or maybe it's not, or maybe because it's sealed and it turns a little darker, hint of darker, or, you know, heaven forbid that there is something added into that makes it darker. Right? So at least we know the pumpkin that we make is pure pumpkin. And so it's kind of fun. Look for the sales. You're going to get a whole lot more for this when you get things on sale, or even after Halloween. It will stay in your freezer 6 to 8 months. But I mean, it can go a year as well, as long as you have them. So I'll put these in freezer bags, like bigger gallon size freezer bags, to make sure it doesn't get through and have freezer burn. So you guys, let me know what you think of making pumpkin puree and a cozy pillow. You know, they go so well together, those two things. But they were both on my mind, and I knew I needed to make a video today just for you. So thanks, rollers, for supporting me. Give the video a thumbs up and let me know what you think. Are you gonna make some pumpkin tonight, you think? So stick around, rollers. You just never know what I'll be rolling out next. Bye, everyone.